The leap is a locomotor movement skill, meaning moving the body from one place to another, and is distinguished from other jumping techniques due to the 1-foot takeoff and opposite foot landing, hence locomotor. This also incorporates the sprint and run prior to the takeoff. However, this occurs after the fundamentals are mastered first. This fundamental movement skill is discrete due to the clear beginning and end. The leap isn't practiced and mastered for everyday survival like other movements. However, it is used for further skill and movement in sporting scenarios. This skill is aimed and required to be taught at primary schools to ensure children can incorporate and employ them in the movement and further physical activity as they grow, but also contributing to their overall health and well-being as they make their way into adolescence. The leap is introduced in grade 1 to primary school students, therefore around the age of 6, and is expected to be mastered in grade 3 at the age of 9. A possible reasoning for the ages employed is due to the concept that students do not learn fundamental movement skills at the same rate. However, they do not also start at the same point, which ties into interests, needs, and strengths of the student. The skill of the leap is too complex to be teaching students who are undertaking prep, as they require understandings of other fundamental movement skills such as the run and jump before they can leap, as this entails a combination of running and jumping. Teaching the leap will result in overload of information which they would be unable to engage with, process, and perform the skill. The required equipment include cones, hula hoops, and dots. These are used as visual keys for students to learn from, but can be incorporated into fun leaping games as little targets for students to reach, and also have low risk of causing any harm or injury. When teaching this skill, it is important to have an open, flat surface area with soft ground. This allows students to practice in a safe environment and reduces the risk of falls and injuries. When teaching this skill, it is important to have students facing away from the sun to maximize their ability to visually learn, but also to speak clearly and loudly and demonstrate correctly for auditory and kinesthetic learners. The key components of the leap include eyes focused forward throughout the leap, knee of takeoff leg bends, legs straightened during flight, arms held in opposite position to legs reaching for the vine, trunk leans forward, landing on the balls of our feet to absorb landing. The students will learn this best through visual, auditory, and kinesthetic forms. In this clip, we have Brody as the teacher demonstrating to Bryce sitting down a basic way to learn the leap. So using the use of cones, it provides a visual key for students to practice to leap over. Brody will demonstrate the single leg takeoff with reaching for the vine, landing on the balls of his feet, absorbing contact. As Brody the teacher is demonstrating this skill, he is explaining verbally to Bryce the key points to look out for, such as reaching for the vine, swinging those arms for momentum, but also the main idea that landing and absorbing with balance.
Jump, land on the other leg. Excellent, good stuff.
To encourage the correct form, the teacher can assess each individual student with the use of the cones. They can have a checklist provided that ensures them that they're using the correct arm swing, landing on a single leg balance, and absorbing the force, and using their momentum to correctly propel them into their next leap. This can be shown in this clip as the teacher Brody is assessing Bryce's ability to perform this fundamental movement skill correctly. Another form of teaching this is the use of hula hoops. This enables students to visually jump into the hoop, successfully completing the fundamental skill. By extending the distance between hoops, it provides a challenge for students. This enables them to practice their leap from a further distance while correctly using the arm swing, momentum, and landing. In this clip, we have the use of dots just to provide a different visual for students to learn. As some kids may get bored of using cones and hoops, the dots provide as a small leapfrog game that can be fun and exciting for students to practice the leap. Go. By increasing the distance of the dots, Brody has challenged the student Bryce here to really use his leg momentum, arm swing, and reach for the vine. This ensures the student correctly performs the skill. By increasing the dots, it provides a funner challenge for the student. After successfully practicing this skill through the use of cones, hula hoops, and dots, the student is being assessed here on the correct technique with the arm swing, eyes looking forward, balance, and landing. As you can notice, the teacher here is assessing each individual student one by one to ensure the correct form. Once students have mastered this fundamental movement skill of the leap, it can be translated into many various aspects of sporting and health behaviour, such as basketball, football, tennis, cricket, the list goes on. As shown in this clip, Bryce has successfully completed the fundamental movement skill, really demonstrating reaching for the vine, extending through the torso and legs, landing on the balls of his feet, and well balanced. It's important to pick up on key common errors and mistakes for students. This will reduce the risk of them feeling uncomfortable and not confident enough to perform this skill, which can have later impacts on students not participating in physical activity because of their inability to successfully perform a fundamental movement skill such as the leap.
Great start, Bryce, that's excellent. Just for next time, I want you to be looking up where you're going because that'll help you balance as well.
It is essential for the teacher Brody here to provide common feedback to Bryce to help him learn and master this fundamental movement skill. By providing feedback and noticing on errors he is picking up on, Bryce is enabled to go back and re-practice the skill and successfully master it. In providing feedback, it is essential to keep it short and simple for students to learn from. Brody here has demonstrated this by giving one simple instruction for Bryce to improve on next time.
That's great, Jack. Excellent start. Just for next time, I want you to swing your arms a bit more. Remember, reaching for the vine. Remember to use that key point. We're going to be reaching for the vine so you can leap further. Okay. Excellent, Jack. Big improvement. Your arms are swinging through this time. Just for next time, just to keep in mind, try and jump off one foot and try and land on the other foot this time, because you can keep your balance and you can keep jumping over and over.
Okay.
Reach for the vine, balance. Reach for the vine, balance. Reach for the vine, balance. Reach for the vine.
Excellent, Jack. Keep talking yourself through. That's excellent. Keep it up.
Providing feedback, Brody has done it in a way that helps boost this child's confidence. He has also emphasized the key point the student is doing correctly. By doing this, the student is engaged and confident to continue, followed by an error that they need to improve on. This means the student is listening, paying attention, and is comfortable continuing.